supposed to be auto focus.
Technology.
Let's get some lights. Let's get some lights camera action on this. Oh wow. Way more pro. That's better. Is the autofocus working better now? Not really. Okay, let's get into it. I finished the hand holding the candle. I called it Light of the World. Here's a very quick time lapse of it being finished, just so you can kind of, just so it's like a complete question in your mind. Hello. This is a charcoal study I did a few weeks ago. I am going to be painting her on here. And you're going to listen to episode 3 of the podcast. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Testing the mic of my mobile phone. It's 6 in the morning. I'm about to go and surf. Sorry if you can hear the aircon unit in the background. Yeah, today's going to be a bit of an interesting one. I know that last week I said I was going to be in Lombok, but plans changed. Jane had an offer she couldn't refuse, so we'll hear about that next time. Yeah, so I'm still in Bali. We're going to Lombok on Sunday to do the mural warm-up for the orphanage. Today I'm going to see my friend Jorn. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. It's Jorn, it's spelt. But he reached out to me actually a little while ago because I'm in a community group which we're both in on WhatsApp. And he met me at a party a few years ago. And Jorn, he runs a men's circle. Now, I've never been in a men's circle before, but I know that they are very beneficial for our mental health as men, and we need to get together and talk and hash things out. So I'm going to go and interview him today and talk about the men's circle. I don't really know what a men's circle is, so I'm going to be learning as well. So I'm quite excited about that. And eventually I will participate in a men's circle. I was going to be doing it. Well, they're running their next one on Monday, but unfortunately, I will be in Lombok painting murals with the amazing Jane. But anyway, I'm going to go for a surf now. Going to get out of bed. And I'm going to get on my bike. I'm going to go to a coffee shop in Bali to meet Jorn and record this live. So hopefully the audio fidelity will be better. There'll be no annoying dogs, no construction, maybe a little bit of a coffee machine every now and then, and hopefully some beautiful tranquil sounds of the Bali coffee shop that we go to. Yes. Intro.
Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to Graham Cullis Karma Card Project's podcast, episode 3.
It's rolling now, so right. we just crack on, I guess. But anyway, so I finished my surf. I went surfing this morning. I told all my listeners that I did a little intro. I woke up and decided to go down to Batu Belong and get some waves with 100 million people on 1 foot peelers. But it was great fun.
There were waves.
Not really, no. Anyway, so I am now joined. I mean, we are here. Where are we? Is it Paso by Nook?
Yes.
So we're at Paso by Nook. I'm here with and we are outside, guys. So there is a busy street. So
Just please bear with us with the ambience. I mean, I'm pretty sure I did a sound check earlier, so I'm pretty sure it's not too bad anyway.
The listeners will just feel like they're in Bali a bit. You know?
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's gonna be. It's a bit more immersive, and I'm quite interested to do more of these sort of outside chats with people. Firstly, actually, this is one thing that I wanted to ask you, because how do I pronounce your name?
Jorn.
Jorn. I was like, is it Jorn? Is it Jorn? Is it Bjorn? Okay, right, I've got that now.
Yeah, the name's Dutch, or it's like
Yeah.
from the northern part of the Netherlands, and it's in the Netherlands we say Jorn,
Okay.
with the rolling R, but English people cannot do the rolling
Jorn.
R.
Jorn.
Yeah, something like that.
There we go, I
Jorn.
nailed it.
But that's why I say just Jorn or Jorn. Or,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to try and pronounce it correctly throughout this podcast. Jorn. And I like rolling my R's as well.
Great.
Okay, so Jorn Veenstra. There we go. So let me just pull something up. I'm going to do a little intro for you because I found this online. I've been stalking you a little bit. So Jorn, sorry, I did it again. Jorn is an entrepreneur, a men's coach helping men find passion and purpose in life and business by facilitating men's circles, teaching meditation and doing one-on-one coaching with men committed to improving their quality of life.
That's really nice. Who wrote that?
I have a feeling that the person that wrote it
That
might
describes it quite well.
Obviously, like, I found that on LinkedIn. I don't know if that's up to date. We don't know each other that well, so this is kind of random. And like, I just to let you guys know, I threw Jorn into the deep end here. He was kind of thinking we're just going to have a little coffee and chat, and then he turns up and I've got a microphone pointed in his face, and I asked him if he's keen to crack on and just have a conversation and see what we come up with, and he was game. So actually, let me pass it over to you. If you just tell the listeners a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so my focus at the moment is on coaching with men, and I work with men who are looking for a purpose or who are trying to reach a certain goal, and then I help them with reaching that goal, and possibly even more than that. I do men's circles here. I host men's circles here in Bali. I do them every Monday, every other week, and it's just been like kind of like an experiment, because I go to a men's circle. It's on Thursday. It's a friend of mine that runs it. And the first time I went there, I was really inspired, and I saw the power of what a men's circle can bring, and what the potential is, and it's such a special thing to be in a private space with just men and share really deep stuff, just about feelings and about things that that society told us that we shouldn't share about. We shouldn't have any emotions as men. We're not allowed to cry, or and if any of that happens, if we show any like weakness or vulnerability, then we're pussies, and there's all sorts of words that people throw at you when you share those kind of things.
Well, that's kind of like influence at a very young age as well, isn't it? Like the way a lot of family situations where they treat a son or a daughter is very different, where the daughter will be rewarded when they're crying and they're upset about something, and then if a boy is crying and upset about him, he'll be chastised and said, stop being such a girl. And those kind of situations can really affect you later on in life, and it's kind of true, isn't it?
It is, definitely. I think it goes for a lot of men that have this suppressed emotions inside of them, and they think that it's not okay to share them, and they think that people will judge them, which probably will happen based on what we all think about these topics. But then I experienced what a men's circle can do, and what men sharing about things they're struggling with, or emotions that coming up, or things they're uncertain about, or lack of motivation in work and relationships and in other areas of their lives. And I saw how powerful it is to share, just to share. Like there's no one goes and says, oh, you should do this or you should do that. It's just to let out and to share with other men, and just feeling the presence of other men around you, acknowledging you, being there and sharing your some of the deeper stuff. It's just so extremely powerful. Amazing. And I felt that the first time I attended a circle like that, and I thought, that's amazing. I want to have my own share in this, and I want to share this with my network and with my friends and men are in my world.
That's absolutely beautiful, man. And like, obviously, like, one of the things that you can get from it, by, I guess, well, I don't know because I've never been to one, is that, but I assume, is that you feel like you're not alone. You know, you're sharing, and then you feel like you're alone in some situations, and then you share something which could be very personal, and you think that no one else is going through this, and I'm guessing that there's a lot of people go, hang on, mate, I gotcha. And I've been through the same, and then they've had that experience, and they know how to be there for that person.
Exactly, yeah. And in the in most of the circles we have, there are rules. I've been to a few different circles, and in most of them there's one common rule, and that is that you only share from your experience.
Yeah.
So
we got your water here. Just to let people know when there's some fuds on the table. This is some delicious infused water that we're getting from Paso by Nook. Got the glass.
Yeah.
Cheers, man. Maybe a little bit of ASMR sound of the infused water being poured into the glass. This is a little plug for Paso by Nook. If you ever want to come here, it's a very nice spot.
That's how the water sounds here. It's amazing.
Oh, that is delicious. Delicious infused water.
That is actually really good, yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry, we got interrupted there. So where were we?
Where were we? Yeah. So yeah, there's a common rule that you share only from the I perspective. So it's not really allowed to share. Oh, we all have this, or you were going through that. It's just you share from your own perspective.
Yeah.
And that makes it really powerful because you take ownership of what you've gone through or what you're experiencing, and then in turn other men can then when it's their turn hook in and say, oh well, your share inspired me because a year ago I was in a very similar situation and I did this and this and this to get out of it. So then someone will just share their journey, their choices that they made. And then you can then take whatever you want from that share. So it's not like someone is going to share, oh, I've been there, you should do this and this and this. No, it's I've been there and I've made these choices and they helped me a lot in my experience. And then other men can take from that what they want.
Well, that's brilliant.
Very powerful.
Well, okay, so let's just talk about what a men's circle. Obviously, we pretty much covered it there, but I mean, what can you expect for a men's circle? So someone that has no idea, they've been invited along, just explain the evening.
Yeah, so the men's it's funny because the men's circles I've been to were all around a fire for some reason.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, the first one I went to was around a fire and I was like, this is amazing. I love fire and I love building a fire. So I thought, why not combine it.
Well, they say that civilization began when we discovered fire because we were all sat around in a circle introspecting and having thoughts and imaginations because we're drawn in by the beautiful flames.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing about sitting around a fire is if you're not comfortable looking other men in the eyes, which is a very intimidating thing, for me it has been.
Yeah. And for some people that have neurodivergence as well, they can't physically look at people in the eyes as well, so...
Exactly, yeah. And so sharing into the fire is an aspect that is really powerful, where you just look into the flames and share, and you feel like no one's watching. So if you're a bit, if it's the first time and you've never done something like that before, then that can be a really powerful thing to do. And then we gather around the fire, and then I do a little opening meditation to get everyone in the space, and then we open the fire for sharing, and then there's you're encouraged to share, but it's not mandatory.
Yeah.
So if you feel like just being there, observing, listening, and being present with the other men and with the other shares, and being a very present listener, very active listener.
Because that's important too.
Yeah, that's a very important aspect, and I think that is a requirement to be. But sharing is not required. So you can just be there and be present, and not share.
Yeah.
If that's how you feel, if that's what you feel like that evening.
Have you ever had moments when you've gone to a circle and you're just like, nah, I just want to be present and listen?
Yes, I did actually. Yeah. I had one. I usually share something, but I had one circle where I didn't share, and it's funny because I got afterwards we talked, and I got one guy, man came up to me and he said, "Oh, you didn't share tonight." And you almost like, oh, is there something wrong? Or what happened? And then he instantly corrected himself and says, oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, you're fine to not share,
Yeah.
And then I said, yeah, I just didn't feel like sharing tonight. And he said, oh, beautiful, and it's such a beautiful and trusted and private space, safe space,
freedom
to do whatever you want,
Yeah, amazing. Well, so I obviously you reached out to me on WhatsApp a couple of weeks ago, and we met at a party a couple of years ago before the pandemic. And actually, it's quite interesting. So what made you reach out to me? Actually, it's something that I was quite like to know. Actually,
yeah. Well, so in starting the men's circle, my initial idea was that I wanted to get a group together of committed men, because I've heard from friends and someone that I met back home. He's having a men's circle. They've had a men's circle for 3 years, and they've been with the same group for 3 years. And the idea of that was I thought that was a really good concept, and it really. It really inspired me, and I thought, wow, I want to create something like that in Bali. So I gathered a group of men around me, and I asked them, and I said, would you like to be part of something like that? And can you commit to this? Can you make sure that you're going to be there every week or every other week? And can you commit? And they all said, yeah, that sounds amazing, and we'd love to be part of that. So we started the first few weeks, the first few circles, with a select group, maybe 6 or 7 men. And it was beautiful, and but then reality happened, and I realized that we're all in Bali, and we don't have our 9-to-5 lives, and we're not in the same place all the time.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for people like Bali expats to commit to something in the long run.
Yeah, so Bali has a dynamic like that. If you guys have never experienced living abroad and working in an environment like Bali, it's very transient, so people are coming and going quite a lot, so you make good friends and connections and they leave, so you have to get used to not worrying about saying goodbye to someone or just saying see you later. And then, like you say, there's so much going on, with everyone's personal lives, with work, and there's so much entertainment here as well. I mean, obviously you asked me if I could come, and I was like, actually I've got 2 friends coming over, and I've got to hang out with them. I'm actually in Madawi, and I was supposed to come on Monday, but I'm then going to Lombok. But the thing is, I really appreciate you getting in touch with me, because I know it's there, But but what was it that made you?
So that initial experience that I wanted to create, the very intimate experience with committed men, didn't really work out the way I imagined it to work out. And a few guys left, they went back home, so I ended up with a very small group of men, and I realized that I would love to have some more men in the group, and because there's always going to be people that are leaving or are not here at the moment, or cannot attend for whatever reason that might be. So I reached out, and I looked into my network and see if I could find people that might benefit from this and that might enjoy coming to a circle. Just for the sake of what they're getting from it, but also what the other men are getting from it. Because it's very powerful to just listen to other people share. Even if you're not sharing, you might get something hugely valuable from someone else's share, and the other person might not even realize that they've given something really valuable. So that's the beauty about a circle like that. I've been reaching out to people around me, and whenever I get in touch with someone, whenever I meet someone, when I feel like it's a fit, I invite them.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much. I'm very honoured.
Okay, so Little interlude here. I want to talk about an English actress called Jenna Coleman. She played Queen Victoria in the historical drama series Victoria, and she's also known for her charity work. She serves as an ambassador for a charity organisation called Place to Be, with a 2 in the middle, which provides therapeutic and emotional services in schools. What an absolute legend. And it's her birthday today. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Jenna Coleman. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jenna Coleman. Keep up the amazing work that you're doing. And I hope your day is full of love, hugs, happiness, and cake. There we go. Jenna Coleman, happy birthday. Also, I'd like to take this moment as well while I've got your ears. So the support for this podcast comes from you, the listener. Now, it's called the Karma Card Project's podcast for a reason. I have a project called the Karma Card Project, which you can support this podcast on patreon.com/Graham Cullis Art for a small monthly pledge. Same price as a coffee or a pint if you feel like you're getting value out of what I am offering here. I'm giving you 4 podcasts every month. Also, I create a YouTube channel, which I also promote other philanthropical projects that I am running. And if you'd like to help with the production towards all of this, it's a full-time job, so please consider paying me for what I do. It's literally the price for a coffee or a pint once a month. So thank you very much. That is on patreon.com/Graham Cullis Art. And also, on top of supporting the production of this podcast with your pledge, I will also send to you in the post 6 gift cards of my art prints every 6 months. I have my June ones coming out very soon, and I am very excited about these. I've got the new one I'm painting right now. If you check my social medias, I'm very excited about that for my friend Michael. He's also one of my patrons, so thank you very much, Michael. Yeah, and the idea of these karma cards, they're blank inside, and you get the opportunity to write a little letter of love to someone that might be struggling with their own mental health, or just to reconnect with a friend or a family member. It's a nice little powerful gesture which you can then help to spread some love and positivity around the world with my art. And I can't wait to release those. Also, if you want to pledge a smaller amount, I also have a lower tier, which means you get a digital print of one of my paintings every month, which is blooming marvellous, to be honest, because I sell these digital prints for around about $10 each on my Etsy store. So, win-win. You get 4 podcasts, you get the content on my YouTube, and you also help me do good into the world. So, thank you very much. Actually, the reason that I reached out to you yesterday was because I've sort of been going through a little bit of a cycle, I call it. It's a part of the human condition. You know, you have some times in your life where your mental health is, it's a little bit dipped. And last week or so, I've been a little bit down. And I just wanted to share that here. I don't mind talking about my stuff on the podcast, but whoa, here we go. As soon as I start opening up, a motorbike comes past. But yeah, so, and I just I was like, yeah, do you know what? I think I need to do something. I need to, because whenever I go through some low points in my life, I can now realise that it's going to pass, but I do need to do things to help me. So obviously, art is one thing. So if I'm painting, I can introspect and help myself. But yeah, and also going to the gym. But I found myself a little bit recluse lately, and I haven't really been going out and partying much at all. I haven't really been seeing my friends too much, and I thought it'd be really nice to make some connections and come out and check out what the men's circle is all about. So I'm really, really excited to come along and meet you guys when eventually happens. And share. But
happy to hear that.
And then I also needed some content for the podcast. It was kind of perfect, eh?
Amazing. It worked out well.
Yeah. Okay. So, what are the kind of things that people are? I mean, you don't have to say any names. You don't even have to answer this question. But I mean, what kind of things are people dealing with when they come? What sort of things have you seen? Through any circle that you've been in, what kind of things are people, just so the listeners know what they can bring to the circle, because they might think, I can't share that, but I mean, have you got any kind of ideas of some similar things that people might find commonality in?
Yeah, sure. So, but one thing that is really important to mention is that the circle is a very sacred space, and we treat everything that is said there as something that stays there.
Yes.
Stays around the fire. So I'm not going to share any details about that, but I can say in general that most of the shares will be around things that you and I and probably the listeners have encountered in some point in their lives.
Yeah.
You know, it's very the thing that surprised me, I guess is the right word, most about the circles is that the shares are usually very relatable things.
Yeah.
So it's hardly ever happened that someone shared something that no one else went through.
Yeah.
So even if there's something that might be really bad, you know, someone dying or you losing someone, or often it will surprise you how many people deal with things like that in their lives, or have dealt with things like that. And that's why it's so powerful, because especially when you have something very heavy or bad happen to you, I think right then you would benefit most from the circles, because you'll realize that other people have gone through that or are going through that at that specific time. And that's very powerful, because you might have thought that you were alone, but you're not.
And I suppose on the opposite end of the spectrum as well is that you also you can share things that you're going through which are hardships, but also you can share things which are inspirational, like something that is exciting you right now and something that's improved in your life, which you can then bring to the table, and then that can therefore inspire other people, you know, that might be on the edge of finding that discovery.
Exactly. Yeah, we do topics every time we have the circle. So I come up with a certain topic. A topic that I feel like relates to my situation, but I always choose something that is very like a common thing that happens to most people. And the other day, the last circle we had, I shared something. I asked the men to share something positive, like a win in their lives, like a win that was very important for them, that changed the course of their lives, or
I love those kind of stories.
Yeah. And then I kind of tied it back to what were the things that stopping you from having that win, from experiencing that win. What was in the way, and how did you manage those roadblocks or challenges? And some really cool things came out of that. And I think a lot of us were on the same level and on the same kind of point in their journey, you know, and it's very beautiful to see that.
Well, amazing. So I'm guessing you've had like countless success stories that have come out of this, and people that have like just been so surprised themselves and stoked and feeling great afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's been moments where someone shared something, and then someone else said, "Wow, that share inspired me so much. I'm gonna now make the big step that I've been thinking about doing," or I didn't realize that that there were more people that felt like that, and it's very empowering.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful concept.
Oh, amazing. Well, I've also been watching one of my buddies, Alexander Cottle. If you're listening, he's got a group called the Unmasked Men, and he's been doing amazing things. I've been watching his content. It's just really good, just like sharing vulnerability and, you know, just being in that safe space to be able to cry and shout, and it's really powerful watching his content. So well done, mate, if you're listening. And also he's running these retreats, and unfortunately I couldn't get to one because I left the UK before. I was just in the transition of coming here, so I didn't really have time to do it. But the retreats are amazing. People they run yoga classes, they do ice baths, and then obviously like a lot of self-work with that group, and yeah, it looks really, really good. Is that something that you might be doing in the future moving forward? Would you like to the possibility of starting a retreat?
Yes, it's actually quite a big chance that will happen. My partner Raya, she works with women, and she is gonna host a retreat in October, and I'm helping her with that. And then the plan is after that retreat we're gonna do a men's retreat. and she's going to help me with that. So I'm supporting her with hers, and then she'll support me with mine.
Amazing. And what's the women's retreat that you're part of? Is it Briar, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to give a little plug, what's going on, so if anyone's listening or might want to jump on.
Yeah, so you can find her on Instagram at Briar Roots, and you can just message her and ask her about the retreat. We're very much in the early stage, so we haven't launched it like officially, but you can text her and ask her about it.
Well, I'll add it all in the show notes. So guys, if you want to, if any of my lady friends are listening to this and you want something similar to this kind of thing, a men's circle. It's not just men's circles, they have women's circles as well. So yeah, get involved. And also, how can any men that are listening that might be in Bali now, or my friends that are coming over that want to get in touch with you about any one-to-one coaching or about the circles, are you open for people to contact you, or is it?
Yes, of course, I'm open to people contacting me. I don't have a personal Instagram. I've never been a fan of online mediums and stuff.
I know, I tried to find you.
Yeah, I know.
How can people find you then?
Yeah, maybe through you.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. Yeah, like if you want to get in touch with this legend, just slide into my DMs. I'm all over the socials, as you know. And I'll put you guys in touch if you really are passionate about making a change and you want to share and you want to try something new. And I might even be there as well, so we can hang out together. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. It's really inspiring, man. And thank you so much for the time. Like, it's
no worries.
Yeah, like it's really interesting, and yeah, I hope that you got as much out of this as I did.
Definitely.
I feel like we are doing a men's circle right now. We're on a circular table.
It is funny, yeah. It looks like it.
But yeah, no, it's really good. So yeah, I needed this today, and yeah, I can't wait to come and hang out. But yeah, legend. Thank you so much, man. And we will carry on drinking our infused water and call it a wrap.
All right.
High five.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Also, wherever you're listening to this podcast, please don't forget to leave me a rating and review, and share it with a friend that might get value from it. It will really help me grow. Thanks.
Okay, I'm done. I'm finished. I've got paint all over my mouth. So, welcome to the incredibly long, incredibly awkward, my incredibly awkwardly long ending to the podcast YouTube vlog. I'm done painting for today. I'll finish this off in another episode. I hope you enjoyed listening to me and Jorn talk about mental health and men's groups. Yeah, please leave a comment, especially if you're in the deaf community and you feel that I am serving you the right kind of content to be inclusive for you. And as you know, a comment goes a long way into me becoming a YouTube superstar. Please support me on my Patreon and receive some of my delicious, where are they? I've got some here. Oh, these are vintage ones, my karma cards. Patreon.com/Graham Cullis Art. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because that's also wonderful. Thank you very much. If you want to check out these videos, these next videos, you might like them, you might not. Anyway,